I was working in the seed industry for the last 35 years, and in 2007 I decided to come back to Malaysia to start the seed breeding and seed production company.
I've been a sweet corn breeder for 30 years, mainly in the United States. The reason why I joined Dr. Chua is I think that the tropical can actually be in the high end and actually have the same eating quality that you have in Japan.
The biggest challenge we are facing in Malaysia, because this industry is very new in Malaysia. So far there haven't got anybody started in seed production and breeding. So there's a shortage of the talent, experience in this industry. We need to convince them to understand, to be able to visualize the potential of this industry. Most of the fund or the bank, when you wanted to borrow money from the bank, they do not see this agriculture. They will make agriculture compare with other industry. They use the same benchmark to measure the performance and the return. So it makes it difficult for people to pay back, because agriculture takes longer time. It's not that you can get the return in 1 or 2 years.
Probably one of the biggest one is the lack of practical breeding or practical knowledge of the Malaysian people. Some are very analytical and very scientific, but when you come into a breeding aspect, you cannot use what you learned in school. You have to think outside the box type of deal. And it's not clear, cut and dried in the industry versus the academic. Malaysia doesn't surprise me, because even in the United States and in some of these places you see in agriculture that the agricultural industry is deemed like second-class citizens, and not a lot of people are going into it. They take agriculture for granted too, and it's a shame.
After undergo this BEST program is quite ease my journey to work, and it's just maybe for the first time is to adapt to this environment, since this agriculture environment required a strong mental and physical strength to work in this industry.
Dulu kos pengurusan peladangan, jadi untuk mencari pekerjaan dalam sektor peladangan amat susah untuk perempuan sebab dia fokus kepada lelaki.
Imports are going to get more and more expensive as the dollar fluctuation happens. It's just going to be better if we can be more sustainable on our own. And to develop the hybrids and develop the practices to grow our own seed and then produce our own crops and food is going to be very important. That's where I think like GWG being almost vertically integrated, it's a total value chain company. You breed it, you grow, you produce the seed, you grow it or hire it out, and then you buy back the product and then get it to the end customer. I think that's a very, very wise way of doing it. And that's the only way you can get the message out. A company like GWG that has the vision of developing tropical type hybrids is very big, because there's only roughly 3 to maybe 4 companies, maybe 5 companies in the whole world that are doing any type of tropical breeding.
If we are going to explore this opportunity, we can get our supply all year round. We can capitalize on this strength and export our product to temperate country during the winter, so that we can supply our product during winter. I think BioEconomy is giving us a lot of support in terms of technology, linkage, and also to help us to get foreign experts to come to Malaysia that can train our local students, and also they give us the fund, and also they are also helping us to get land. I think that's one of the support we are getting from BioEconomy. The fast, there's no seed being produced in Malaysia, and then through our program and through this support from Biotech Corp, that we managed to develop more than 10 different crops, and there's more than 20 varieties of the new product have been developed. And we started to produce this seed in Malaysia, and then we are also started to commercialize the product to overseas. So we have watermelon, sweet corn, melon, kailan, tomatoes, pumpkin, cucumber, bitter gourd, sweet pepper, and hot pepper. All these have been developed locally, and now in the process to go further to commercialize this product. Some of the seed now we are exporting to Middle East, Iran, Syria, Oman, and Yemen, and we also export to African countries like Mozambique, Zambia, South Africa, and also to Australia, and we also export some to China. Of course, Southeast Asia, we have started to export a lot into Southeast Asia, which is with a similar weather condition. With this program, definitely it will benefit to reduce the import bill and job opportunity for youngsters. And they also, especially people study agriculture science or horticulture science, they have a chance to work in this industry where they have been trained. I hope that we can produce 100% of the seed demand in the country being produced locally, and we hope also that we can start to export seed to nearby, to the regions, our neighboring countries, and then we can export and gain hard currency, and then we hope that we can also expand to other countries in this region to create more opportunity for our youngsters to go beyond Malaysia.